All right, guys, we're back at it. Nick, fill us in on what we got in the
All right,
bag.
guys, it's the middle of December. We got the door open because it's 69 degrees today, just like 69.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, listen, Nick, the viewers saw in the vlog that we'd be doing something cool to this GTI, something that they wanted to see. And why don't we get unboxing and show them what we got?
Okay, sweetheart.
All right, Nick. What do we got in the box?
So we always do a new lower cover.
So this is everything you need to do the timing chain job.
Well, hold on. Brett ordered it, so don't go too far.
Okay, all right,
don't go
all right,
too
all
far
right.
ahead of yourself.
You can't go too crazy right now. Cole,
Ain't no GTI, but it'll do.
he's backing out.
Got the lower cover. That's the upper cover. We got the right guide rail. Looks like we're doing balance shaft chains. He's on the wrong side of the car.
So these are all your guides, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
This will be balance shaft though. Balance shaft guide. This is the left rail.
And if you don't know, they're all marked as well. Just Nick knows what he's looking at, so.
Said to you lit. This should be the tensioner. Well, this is the tensioner for the balance shaft chain, but we should also have a tensioner for.
Nice.
So yep. So this is the tensioner for the main chain. Which we're gonna show you the updated. Remember yesterday I was talking about the clicks that were coming out? We're gonna show you that how this car, this is the first generation TSI, how it doesn't even have clicks. That's how you need to get in there and replace it ASAP, because it's the old style tensioner that fails and will just go one morning under cold start and blow your engine.
That's not good. A lot of parts here, Nick.
Yeah, this might be a cam magnet. Nope.
There's the chain.
Yo.
This is the adjuster for the balance shaft.
Look at this. The Honda Prelude came back. Look at the back. Doesn't it look like a Porsche?
Yeah.
Pushing H. Pushing H. Honda Prelude.
Nice.
Prelude Turbo S.
You buying that?
No.
2 new bolts for the balance shaft for the tensioner.
Last bag.
Why can't you afford it?
There it is.
Because you work here. All right, so the only thing I don't see is a new balance shaft chain, but it's okay. Yep, that's everything.
All right, Nick. So we got everything on the table here.
Main chain, balance shaft tensioner, guides for the balance shaft, and then these 3 right here, they do the main chain.
Awesome.
Yep. So
let's dig into the car.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, Nick.
There's something in my glove. I feel it.
Give us
Feels
a little,
like a nipple.
Give us a little.
See it?
Yeah. Give us a little rundown on how we get to the timing.
So you take that cover off and then you're done. Yeah.
That's cool.
Is someone else over there? No, we were too busy getting all the fucking smoke out of the top. Just smoked it out. But if I did, I'd be a fucking asshole.
You are an asshole.
All right, Nick.
Yo. So yeah, so first what we're gonna do is we're gonna be, just for easy access, this fuel line, we're gonna unclip that, the evap line, unclip that, we're gonna put this over here, the coolant bubble, we're gonna put it over here, and then we're gonna start taking the engine mount off, along with the cam magnet, as long as with the upper timing cover.
Awesome. So basically tearing down everything on this side so we have access to where the chains are.
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's get to it. How do you feel today?
Lonely?
Our
we have
cover
begun.
is coming off.
We have begun the timing job, Tyler.
Yep. So as you guys can see, we moved, well, Nick moved everything out of the way.
Yeah, so 5 timing cover bolts. Once you get those timing cover bolts off, then we can get into the timing.
And there it is. And you want to give them a little brief description on what you have set up here?
Well, since the engine mount is completely out of the car, we have a bridge right here
Yep.
to hold the engine up for us because the engine mount is out of the car.
And if we didn't have that, it would fall.
Yes.
But there's our whole timing right there. And Nick, what in there is getting replaced?
So all the guides and the chain. So basically now we have to get this cam kind of like girdle off. And basically we have to take this off and it's reverse thread.
Okay.
So I just need you guys to remember that. It's reverse thread.
Sweet.
So let's go ahead and get that off.
Do it.
Factory,
Nick, what do we got here?
Factory service tools, Volkswagen Audi. So we're going to be getting this out, and we're going to be looking for this guy right here. So this right here, I think one towards the top. So it's going to be, I think it's this black one or this one. I think it's the black one though. So let's try it.
And what does this do?
This is going to go into the 2 points inside. I think it's called the N205 valve. And it's basically going to clip in there and allow us to turn it.
So we can back it out?
Actually, it's centered. It's the centered one. So, the centered one is this, right here.
Wow.
Yep. So that goes in right there. And now remember, we're going to be taking it out reverse. So basically we're gonna put it on off, even though that we want to take it off. So it's on off. No, right? Oh, we need to put it on.
Nick, can you get a chance?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were coming.
And we're gonna be tightening it.
Yep. To back it out.
There we go. It loosened up. We're gonna be spinning it to the right. See it? Spin it to the right. It's reverse thread. It's coming out.
And there it is.
And that's the oil control valve for the camshaft.
Sweet.
So we're 180 off. So on the crank gear right here, there's a little notch, and you're gonna you can mark that if you want. But basically, since we're 180 off up top, we're going to go around, and even though we're putting a new timing cover on right here, there's an arrow. So I just marked the arrow in blue because you can't really see the arrow because it's just indented into the metal pan. So we're gonna go around right here. And see we're there, right there. So now we're gonna go back up top.
And see if we're lined up.
And I'll show you the marks up top.
All right, so the blue lines are up top.
Yeah, so there's a mark here, right? And if I took that mark off, see, I'll take it off right here. You guys are gonna see like this little black line right there. So that's why I mark it. But basically we're gonna be putting this tool in right here.
Yep.
And that's gonna lock our camshaft in. So it doesn't move while we're doing time.
Locked in, Nick? And now does this tool come with the kit that you have?
Yeah, the timing kit.
Yep.
Alright, so that's gonna go in there, you know? And basically, it just slides in. It slides into the tooth right there.
Yep.
So that once we take the timing chain off, it's not gonna move. So I have
Locked in.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go back since I showed you the black part. I'm gonna go back and just
mark our arrows.
Mark my arrow. This one has an indent. Okay, so that's that. Now we're gonna be taking this off and the lower part off.
All the guides.
Yeah, we're gonna be taking. And if you really want it, there's a measurement where if you want, you could go from this right here to this right here, and it's a measurement that if it's in specification.
Sweet. Guides and chain are coming out.
So now we need to take off the lower cover. So we're gonna pop the crank bolt out. We're gonna take the lower cover off, and then we're gonna be able to see everything. Sweet. Bolt off. This right here, this is just the crank gear is floating. Okay. So basically, if we don't put pressure back on it, it can jump and fall off at any time. So we're gonna put this on, which is in the timing kit. It makes up for the difference. But basically, just to hold pressure on it, so that the crank gear doesn't just fall off the engine.
Okay. And then we're gonna be taking the cover off.
So now we're gonna be taking this cover off. So let's go ahead and do that.
All the bolts are out. Now time to pop it.
Yeah, so you just want to get under here.
And now you're replacing that, right?
The timing cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to replace it every time because the crankshaft seal is built into it.
So it doesn't matter really if you tear, you know.
No, you have
that.
to because it's glued on. So basically, you got to get up under here and pop this off. You can hear all the RTV.
Yep, you can see it. Nick, when you're done with that one, can you give me mine and my cord?
$1,000.
One eternity later.
You're gonna pop that off. Like I said, you always have to put a new one on because the crank gasket.
I guess the only way to get it off is to absolutely pry the shit out of it.
So now.
And there we go.
So now, this is, as you can tell, this is the old style tensioner that basically will just fail on you. So we're gonna update it with the new style tensioner. And then these are basically all three chains. So this chain right here, here's the tensioner for it. You can take this off like this. So that's the tensioner. This right here is for the oil pump. So there's an oil pump in here.
Yep.
This chain's for the oil pump. This chain's for the balance shafts. Intake balance shaft that runs the water pump. Exhaust balance shaft. And then the main chain. The main chain goes from the cranks to both cams. So now we're gonna work on getting all the chains out of the...
Awesome. All the chains out, all the guides out. And then, well, before any of this, make sure you're locked, right? Because if you're not locked, we got problems.
Yeah, so basically you need the special tools to do it, because if you're not locked, what's gonna happen is as soon as you loosen tension on that tensioner, your cam gear is just gonna shut. The camera's under tension, so that's why we lock it.
All right, Nick.
So this is a huge difference on the tensioner, which we'll show you guys.
Yep.
But basically, this tensioner right here, there's no notches and there's no way to count how many clicks the tensioner's out. This tensioner is a very common, it just fails. Now, if you look at the new one, you see how there's a line right here where the tool's in, and there's a line to count where it's off? Well, it also has a safety mechanism where if the tensioner fails, it won't go past the safety, and it won't allow the engine to blow up on cold start. This tensioner will allow the engine to grenade on cold start. But once we get it set up and pull the grenade pin, it'll show you the difference.
Sweet.
So we just gotta go up top and take the, chain off.
Sweet.
But we got both of these guides.
Those are out.
So if you look, remember I told you this is the right one?
Yep.
Here's the right one. Remember I told you the left one? Here's the left one.
Wow.
And then the middle one we still have to go up and get.
And when you take those out, that releases a chain at the bottom.
Yep.
That you guys can see. So we'll go up top.
Pull the chain off and then set the new chain in.
And here comes the chain. There it is.
Now I don't really know if your chain hangs low, but this chain was
It was hanging.
Yep, so we got the chain off. Now we're gonna go ahead and we gotta pop this guide off. It always wants to break.
And that's the tiny one, right?
Yeah.
There it goes.
There it goes.
Good thing we got a new one, right?
Yep. Well, they're because they've been in here for a while, Tyler, with the oil, so they're very old and brittle.
Yep.
So now we're gonna clean up everything. We're gonna put the new chain on. Then we're gonna smoke a dart.
Have some Factor.
Time everything up.
Today's sponsor, Factor. Thank you, Factor, for keeping our belly filled. There it is.
So right here, this one right here, you're not gonna worry about, okay? Now, this one right here is gonna be on the crankshaft. So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna find the two links that are next to each other up top, and those are the ones that are gonna go on the cam.
And you line it up with where you marked, right?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that on. So basically, we have this one right here. Oh, yep, see? Look
Wow.
look how far off it was. I can't even get it on. That chain was so stretched. So now, since that chain was, wow, Tyler, almost
way
a
out,
tooth and a half. So if you guys tell, remember there was a guide here. So since there was a guide here, I also had some slack here. But technically, right, I need to be here on this, and I can't even get it there. So this timing, how it was, the chain was stretched a tooth and a half. So now, in order for us to get that right, we're gonna keep this cam here. We're gonna take our 19 here, and we're gonna put it right on the cam. Turn the cam over a little bit, and lock it up again. And then once that's done, we're in time, baby.
Awesome. So as you guys see, we're lined up. Now we're going down low.
Return of the bass, and it's return of the bass, and
We need a copyright claim with that voice.
oh wow.
Alright, Nick. Now we are down low.
Yeah, so we're sliding this on. As you can tell, we're a tooth. Oh no, we're not a tooth off. So basically, I think you guys can see. You guys can see that arrow, but basically this arrow right here, okay, is going to be going to this gold link right here. So see how it's in time? Don't worry about any of this, okay? That's the balance shaft chain, which you don't have to touch unless you're, you're rebuilding the whole entire motor.
Yep.
But so since that's there, as you can see, all the slack. See how this is tight? You want all the slack on the exhaust balance shaft. You want all the slack basically on the backside of the engine because that's where the tensioner is going to be, right? So you want the tensioner to make up for the slack. So let's go ahead and get this guy.
The right and left. First, we're starting with the right.
Make sure these are right.
All new hardware.
So we're going to keep the tension on it. We're going to, oh, and basically, so if you look here, this is flush. These are indented. The indented ones are the ones that face out. So we're going to put this up in there.
We almost had a problem.
We almost had a big problem. Tyler.
As you can see, that bolt lines up. Send her in. There we are. The bigger ones go on the left side. The bigger ones go in the left side. The bigger ones go on the left side. Fudge, how many booms would you give this GTI install? 5 booms? Tell him.
5 booms.
Go.
Why are you yelling?
Give him 5 booms.
I don't
Give him 5
actually.
booms.
I just know that they
Give
say
him 5
it.
booms.
I just know that they say it. I don't know what comes next.
Okay.
Big boom, 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 boom.
See right here, the exhaust cam shaft on this dot right here is lined up with the gold link.
Yep.
On the intake shaft, this indent right here is lined up with the gold link.
Yep.
And if you look down in here,
We are lined up.
on the crankshaft, that indent is lined up with the gold link. And all the guides are in and they're tightened down. So now we're just gonna be putting the tensioner in, installing the grenade pin. I'll let Tyler pull the pin. And we're all timed up and this timing chain job is done.
Awesome.
Awesome,
Thanks, Nick.
Tyler. Let's go back up.
This
and-
was just fantastic. The only issue I think that we had was it's a little tight to film in this little engine bay, but at least we got the point across.
It's good when it's tight. In the engine bay, that is. Marks are lined up. Tensioner, see this right here?
Yep.
We're gonna pull the grenade pin. Ready?
Yep.
Our zip tie didn't hold up, but hold on.
Pull it, Nick. There it goes.
The grenade pin. And then once you pull the grenade pin, you're just gonna go a little bit, pull it just a little bit so it's tight. And then
And that's
basically
it.
there you go.
We're all tightened up.
As you saw, like the video I made yesterday, we're about 1 out. So we're gonna take the safety, we're gonna move the safety back. And there you have it. A perfectly timed 2.0 TSI engine.
Awesome.
Now, we're gonna put all our new covers on, seal it all up, get it running.
Give them a cold start.
Give them a cold start, Tyler.
And we'll end the afternoon off with some factor, Nick.
And we'll end the afternoon off with some facts.
All right, Nick.
Tyler, look how flat this gasket is. Flick your ass.
All right, guys, it's after lunch. We're feeling good. Nick cheated today on Factor, so video is no longer sponsored by Factor. Today it's sponsored by Taco Bell. Thank you, Taco Bell.
Here's the new gasket.
We got the new pan on the bottom. New gasket is going in the pan that we took off the top. This one you don't have to replace.
Oh.
There goes all the bolts. Bro, you gotta get a haircut, huh?
Daddy spanked you.
All right, Nick.
Tightening the timing cover.
It's getting tightened down with a new gasket. What's book time on one of these, Nick?
It's 8.9 hours.
And how many hours did you do it in?
We
Nick?
usually do it in 3 or 4. Usually we have all the parts that we need if I'm doing it, but since Brett was doing this one, wait for a couple parts. We always double check everything by hand, Tyler, because
So you go hand tight on the.
yeah. Well, there's a torque spec for everything, but I know how everything's supposed to feel. So.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, so that's done. Now we're gonna put the engine mount in. And see if we get first start here, baby.
Awesome. We're gonna put everything back together over here. Fill it up with some oil. Send it on its way.
Dylan, can you start it?
Nick, firing up. I'll fire it up, Nick. How you feeling?
Come on, girl. Come on. Dude. You made it that far? Come on, Omar. Bro, I swear to God.
Pull start. Pull start.
Gosh, you don't tell me.
Dude, like what? This is, you want to go?
Ready, Nick? How we looking, Nick?
Yo, come here, the intake. Hurry up.
Everything's all back together, as you guys can see. Nick, it's running great.
Yep. Had a little bit of a fuel problem.
Whoa!
But it doesn't seem to be leaking.
Sweet. What do you do?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be leaking. We're all good here. All good here. We're all good here.
Thanks, Nick. Timing chain job complete.
We're gonna have to charge the battery up overnight because the battery's dead.
Whoa, that thing's on time.
Let's get a log and see if it fixed fuel pressure.